All right, I'm going to share with you 5 tips or steps if you want to learn how to start a podcast. This is for brand new beginners. You know nothing about all the audio equipment and all the fancy dials. This is an important video for you. Let's jump in. All right, first of all, step number 1 is to use BuzzSprout. Now, I'll have a link below in the description. BuzzSprout has made my life so much easier when I moved to BuzzSprout a couple years ago. And here's why. Back in the day, I started with Libsyn, and it was like I had to learn how to tag an MP3 file, had to use some fancy software, all this technical goobly-gook. And man, BuzzSprout is so much easier. In fact, I'm going to show you in this video, because I just recorded a podcast episode, just how simple and easy it is. And you can see over here that I have been doing this for a while. So right here, you can see that my Market Your Message show currently at the time of the recording has over 742,000 downloads. This is why I absolutely love BuzzSprout, because it makes my life easy. Now, typically I am a once a week producer of a podcast on Fridays, and I will get into some more of that in just a second. But number 1 is to use BuzzSprout. And you'll see in a second when I upload just how simple and easy it is and why I recommend it for beginners. All right, number 2 is to get a dynamic microphone. Now, there is condenser and there is dynamic. A condenser microphone is going to pick up all kinds of sound. The kids that are jumping off the wall in the other room, it's going to pick up everything around it. A dynamic microphone is what I have right here. Now, you don't necessarily need a dynamic microphone for YouTube, but sometimes it's just easier for me to use. But you could tell a dynamic microphone because if I turn my head, my voice fades. So as I turn my head, you can feel it fade off and you don't hear it quite as much. That's a good thing because the loud car going by, the mower or the neighbors who are mowing, the kids jumping off the wall, none of that gets picked up in your podcast. So you can get a dynamic microphone. I'll put a couple in the description below, but you can get one for under $100 and just USB plug it right into your laptop or your computer. So that's number 2. Number 3 is to use and record your podcast with Descript. I'll also put the link below, but let me show you Descript and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So this is Descript, and I know the words might be small on your screen, but what's so awesome about this is if you hit record, you can do audio only, and then you just record. And you record yourself talking through your podcast, going through everything you want to cover in that topic. And then when you're done, this is why I love this software for beginners, because you do not have to have editing skills. First things first, a really cool feature that they have built in is that you can have filler words removed. Now, I'll probably do a whole tutorial one of these days, but if I click on actions, you can see here, there is remove filler words. Again, I know it's small, but right here is what it says, remove filler words. So watch what happens. When I click on this, it finds all of my O's, you knows, and I can click remove all, and boom, it's instantly edited out of my podcast episode. If I made a mess up, I could come in here and highlight a sentence and just delete. And guess what? It edits the audio. Isn't that pretty awesome? And then my favorite part is, and I'll show you because this is my favorite part. If I go to publish and let's go to BuzzSprout because it's in here, and I click on BuzzSprout, click on publish, it's going to ask me, hey, do you want to import this episode? Import episode. And it is now uploading directly in here. We'll give it a second while I'll show you in a second when I come back how easy it is to just publish the podcast. All right. So tip number 4 in this process is to pick a day of the week to publish, but you want to batch create your podcast. So here's what I do. I pick a day of the week because consistency with your listeners is very important. And I've missed weeks. There's been weeks where it's just not happened, busy week. But here's my little secret tip that has helped me be more consistent. I pick one day of the month and I record 4 podcast episodes. So that's what I'm currently doing today. I just showed you one of them. I've got 3 more that I need to record today, but I thought I would stop and share this quick video with all of you. So that's a little pro tip, because what I will do is I will do the same process I just showed you, record the next episode in Descript, remove the filler words, any mistakes, send it over to BuzzSprout. And then I will schedule them out for the next 4 Fridays. And guess what? I don't have to worry about anything related to my podcast for a whole month. I can't tell you how much mental space that frees up, because often what happens is once you get started podcasting, in your mind, it's like, got to do a podcast this Friday, got to do a podcast this Friday, got to do a podcast this Friday. And it's mental taxing energy that you can eliminate by just batch creating. So that's tip number 4. And then tip number 5, and then we'll jump back in and see if this has done processing where we can jump into it. But tip number 5 is to be consistent. Again, I know I've already said it, but here's the thing. Most podcasters quit before they ever give their podcast a chance. I can't tell you how many interesting podcasts that I came across because I was searching for a specific thing I wanted to know more information on. And I found a podcast like, ooh, this is awesome. Wait a minute. They only published 10 episodes and the last one was 4 years ago. Maybe I'll find something else. Don't quit before the harvest. You've worked so hard. You've planted in the spring. You've set up your podcast. You have taken the steps. You've recorded some initial episodes. And then it gets hard, right? Life gets in the way. But determined to find a time to do that batch creation, and it will keep you on track. It'll keep you consistent. So I'm going to pause the video real quick because it's almost done processing, and then I'll pop back in and I'll show you exactly how easy it is to set an episode up inside of BuzzSprout. Okay, it's ready. Let's jump into it. All right, so here is the episode. Now you can click on edit right here and you can see how easy this is. Edit the title, put in the description. I've got a description for this. And I'm also going to put links mentioned because there was a specific link I mentioned. I want to make sure I add. Grabbing that link. Putting that right in here. All right. Now I can save and update this. It's ready to go. It is able to be saved. And now it says not live. So I'm going to schedule this one because today's Thursday. So this is the first one that I'm going to schedule for tomorrow. Let's set it at 8 a.m. Schedule. I'm done. That simple, that easy. You can see how much I love this process. So I love BuzzSprout, big fan of BuzzSprout. And so think about these 5 steps. Hopefully they were helpful to you. Again, number 1, use BuzzSprout. It's the easiest one out there. You can actually get started for free. You have up to 2 hours a month. If you publish more than 2 hours per month, then you'll need to go to an upgraded account, but it's still very inexpensive. Number 2, get a dynamic microphone. That's what this one is. So go to Amazon, type in dynamic USB mic so you can plug it into your laptop or computer. Number 3, record your podcast using Descript. I showed you how easy it is to use the Descript software. It's a game changer. If you can edit a Word doc, you can edit your audio. Love it. Number 4, pick a day of the week, but record in batches. And number 5, be consistent. Hopefully that was helpful to you. You feel a little bit more encouraged on how to start a podcast, especially if you're a beginner. And if you got more questions, go ahead and put them down below in the video. And also, if you got other topics that you'd like for me to cover, let me know in the comments below as well. If you're not subscribed to the show, take a moment and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you'll be notified when any new tutorial videos come out. And never forget your message matters. Have a great day.